Hey team, so what we're going to build today is a portfolio website from scratch using Next, using Contentful, using Chakra, chucking in some SendGrid in there, and just a really simple way. You can use a template, sure, we could do that, but I wanted to show you how you can do it from scratch. And then, yeah, once that's all done, you'll end up with something like this. So let me give you a look. So we got here, homepage, a couple of posts, you can read the posts. All of this is managed in Contentful, so you don't have to be constantly deploying. You can see all the projects, link to them, get some good SEO, talk about your life story, why not? You can contact, type some things in, hey Ken, and then you can search here. And that's it. So that's what we're going to build. It's about I think we're up to about 4-part series. So buckle up and strap in for the ride. Let's go. Yes, no, yes, no. All right, let's go with this and see what happens. Chuck those in. All right, let's jump in here. That's not what we want. We want this one. All right. Source, pages, app. There we go. We're back on. All right. So in here, we're going to grab this one inside of app.tsx. And they are doing this one. So we're going to grab that. I like how the style's there. So we're going to have Chakra provider. And then we got app, component, page props, typed. And we're going to do this. Okay, cool. So in here. All right, that's that. And I like to do down here, and this is a function. Sweet. Done. Next, set up the, that's fine. Okay, app directory, yep. Next link, that's fine. Customizing the theme. We'll do the theme, I'll set up the folder again, the utils. Set up the theme, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab this one, just copy the example for now, export that, we got our theme. Cool, what we can do is we can import that now, import the theme. Okay. Sometimes CodePilot just gets it so wrong. Sweet. And we got that set up. All right, great. And now what we want to do is a color mode script. So inside of Pages document, we're going to set this up. I can just basically grab all of this. And again, we want that's it. Cool. So color mode script is basically we're going to set dark or light mode here. Get rid of this for now. Awesome. I think that is it. We got TypeScript. All right, let's give that a spin. Yarn. Let's see. Can I find package React? That is interesting. What is going on? Do we have React here? Ah, I know what I've done. I have added in that to my main code folder. Muppet. There it is. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Love it. Cool. Let's try. Let us see. Come on, buddy. There we go. We're on. Okay, let's go in. So, where is our first page? Let's set here index. Excellent. So let's try and do the same thing we did before. Import box from Chakra. Chuck that in here. Hello. Where does that sit? Get start by editing. There's how. Okay, that's fine. This old chestnut. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean all this up. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put the box in. See what happens. There we go. Okay. Excellent. And that is us. We're up and running with Chakra, I believe. There's no base CSS. Awesome. Let's just try something. Background color. Red. 400. We're going to give it some padding. 8. And we're going to give it a border radius of large. Just want to see. There we go. Awesome. Okay, cool. So first things first, let's set up a layout folder. I'm going to create this default layout. So this will be a component default layout. Sweet. And let's see if we have a component here. Chakra. There we go. Set that one up earlier. So what we want to do here, this is default layout. It's going to accept children. And for now, we're just going to do a flex box. That's fine. And what I want to do is inside of the pages, inside of the app, we are going to wrap it. Maybe we'll do it per page. So each page will have its own layout. So on our index page, what we'll do is we'll just import from there. What I actually want to do as well is just set up our paths here. I thought there was a Babel piece that we had to do. Add source. I guess we can just use this one. So what we want to do is we're going to go import default layout. That's it. That's what we want. Cool. So we're going to go default layout, and then we're going to wrap our box in that. So now with our default layout, what we want is we want a header. So we'll find that. Let's go to components. That can just be a flex box. So the layout will have a flex box as a header. This is going to be width of 100%. We want a border bottom, just so we can see it for now. 1 pixel solid. We want a border color of gray. Gray 100. Let's see. Yep, we're on the right track. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this up. All right, so we've got the border. We want that. We're going to have a logo. So what I might even do is I'm going to pull another folder in here and I'm going to call it components. And then I'm going to call this one header. And in here, we're going to have index.tsx, component, header. This is our header. So basically what I'm just doing here, let's grab this, grab that. And that's going to be our header, and this is going to be header. So we're going to grab in from here, we're going to go import header. So, our layout's basically going to be a header. Yeah, that's going to go. And then we're going to have inside of that, so we're going to go header, then we're going to go content. Also want a nav bar. So that's fine, that warning for now. We got our header, we got our content. What I want to do is I want to have, on the left hand side, I want to have a nav bar. So what we're going to do here is we're going to contain these. What's the best way to do this one? Let's just do this for now. We'll go flex, Chakra flex here. So that's our right hand side. And then on our left hand side, we're going to go nav bar. We're going to set that as a fixed width, probably, let's say about 200 pixels to start. We're going to have a border right of 1 pixel solid. We're going to have border color of gray 100. Let's just see what we're looking like. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to let's just wrap this all in a flex. Okay, what we want with our nav, we want the height of 100%. Yeah, 100 view height. Let's go that. Great. There's our nav bar. Let's run. Let's actually go background color on this guy. Let's go black. I kind of want a mono feel to this. So it's really simple. That's our black there. Okay, so we got a header and content. So this is going to be direction column. We want it to run down. Great. We also want this to be full width. It might need to be minus, it might need to be calc here, just so we can see. Is this overflowing? Maybe I'll just do that just for safety. Calc, so we're going 100% of the width minus the width of the nav bar. This is only going to be for desktop though, so for mobile we're going to have to just make sure we keep that in mind. There, the header, we're going to set the header height. Designing this out of my head is a bit hard. So if we just go, let's say 100 pixels for now. That's going to be the header. Cool. Now we've got back in our thing here, so we've got our content. This is our content area. So here we're going to pass the children into the content. So this is where you can render out your children. Excellent. I'm going to pull off the border from this nav bar because we don't need that. Excellent. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create another component, and this is going to just be our sidebar /nav. Cool. Sweet. And I'm just going to grab this. Great. Doesn't look like formatting's working for me. Manual formatting it. And let's import sidebar. And then we're going to chuck that here. Excellent. No, we're getting errors. We're not going to accept any props, are we? Probably not. Here, it's pretty much a pretty static website. So we're just going to do that. And now that error should go away. Yep. So the header might be the same thing. Actually, probably not going to have any props for now. So we'll just get rid of them. Yep. Sweet. Cool. So we've got our sidebar header and we've got our content. So the content we're going to, for this we can do, chuck some padding on it. Make sure we got that. Wonderful. Now, so we've got a sidebar, got our header, got our default layout, we've got our index page. Sweet. So with the index page, what we can probably do here is I'm thinking something quite simple, maybe a simple grid. So we're going to go simple grid. And excuse me, I just need to see exactly what the props are for this one. Simple grid. So we're going to go, is it a simple grid? Auto responsive. Yeah, let's try this one. So we want to basically automatically grow and set the number of columns. So we'll do this one. And then what we can do here is we can just do, oh yeah, great. Let's see how we go with this. Got a box. Let's see what it does for us. Okay, it's all running that way. Okay, we probably have to set the width on this guy. Cool. And there we go. Off to the races. So what we're going to do here is I actually want to render in all the different articles. So all the blog articles. But before we actually do that, I want to have a intro. So this is basically going to be our, let's say flexbox, and what we want to say is heading. So in here, let's see, let's go, what does this look like? Flex not imported. Great. This all default layouts. Okay, so we just inside of our default layout, we just also want to run this down direction and column. Sick. Okay. So I think all I want to do here is I want to go Ken Grief, and then after that I want to have software engineer, Sydney, Australia. I'm gonna run this direction. Cool. The size we want to do pretty big. And I saw something cool is maybe if we can do letter spacing and maybe negative 0. Let's just see with the Next.js. I think they did this on maybe even more. Compress it in a bit. Give it a bit more of a logo feel. And then the second heading, go for a medium or a large. Cool. A little bit, maybe a little margin top. Yep. Software engineer, Sydney, Australia. Cool. What else are we going to say in here? So the next piece, I mean, we could even add a photo. Of, I'm just wondering, do I want that? Maybe not. Leave that for now. We'll go border bottom. Grey 100. Chuck some padding on that. Four. Maybe make it equivalent to the top padding up there. Nice one. And that runs all the way. And then what we can do here is we can just on the simple grid, I'm just going to chuck a margin top on it as well of 8. Cool. What I want to do is I want to have like a little paragraph intro. Let's just pull that in first. Is it just text? That's just text. Cool. Let's do that one. Cool. So, oh, here we go. Look at this. I'm a software engineer with a passion for great apps. And I work at Woolworths. No, I don't. But very close. So I am currently working at Domain Group. And that is the website is domain.com.au. So this is who we are. Thank you, Copilot. That was nice of you. As a senior software engineer. Well, that's technically not right. I'm going to say currently work at Realbase. As CTO. A passion, maybe a love for building great products. Currently, I'm the founder. I'm one of the founders. How's that worth sound? Excellent. Cool. Very simple. Nothing too serious. Let's chuck a little margin top on that one as well. Cool. So what we want to do here is we want to have the list of things. I'm wondering if I want to show projects that we've worked on at Realbase. I also want to actually add, I'm a software engineer with a love for building great products. I'm one of the original founders of Realbase. Yep. So I'm just thinking here if I want to include the piece about health and fitness as well. Just thinking how we can write that. You know what? Let's try something. Let's go to our good old friend ChatGPT. I'm just going to log in. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to ask our friend, write me a bio that includes my love of building great software products and talk about my passion for health and fitness. Mention that I founded a Real Hub and currently work at Domain Group. Let's see what it comes up with. This is interesting. The only problem is talking about me in the third person. Your name is a software engineer and entrepreneur who has a passion for building great software products. Please limit to 3 sentences and speak in the first person. There we go, that's better. There we go, nailed it. All right, let's see what this looks like. Okay, pull it up here. I'm just gonna enter it down so we can see. I founded Real Hub. Oh, how good. This is much better than what I could have written. So, I guess I'm a software engineer and entrepreneur with a passion for building great software products and promoting a healthy lifestyle. Oh, look at that. I founded Real Hub, a software company that helps real estate agents manage their business more efficiently, and currently work as a software engineer at Domain Group, a leading Australian real estate website. Cool. When I'm not building software, you can find me in the gym or outdoors, as fitness is a huge part of my life and something that I'm truly passionate about. Well, it knows me better than I do, so that's great. Lock that in. I'm going to set the width of that one to about probably 70% of the main one. That's excellent. We're also going to chuck some line height of 1.3 just to give, or maybe 1.5 just to give it a bit of, which it already has. Cool. No need. Excellent. There we go. That's me. Okay, so the next piece, what we want to do here is I actually want to have a component. We're going to turn this piece into a component so that we can just easily keep the logic inside of it. Given that, though, we do need to have the data fetching. So I'm going to get rid of this as well. Don't need that. Okay. So this is just going to be Ken Grief sorry, software engineer, description, software engineer, and entrepreneur with a passion for great software products. Love it. Cool. So what we want to do here is I want to use Contentful. So Contentful over here. Log in. So the first thing we want to do here is swap it over to a new one. This is just going to be Ken Grief. Cool, they've changed the UI a little bit. So we jump in here, add a space. So we can use the intro plan, which is free. So the space is the website. Cool. Pretty generous. So for those who don't know, Contentful is just a headless CMS. I've used it for a few projects and I find it quite easy to use, so I'm just going to keep going with it. All right, so now if we go into the website space, cool, got no content. They've definitely updated the UI, new look, there we go. So the content model, so the first thing what we're going to do here is we're going to say, yeah, it's a blog post, you nailed it. Do we do anything else? Not more. All right, so the first thing with the blog post is going to add a field. The first field is going to be text. It's going to be the title of the post, short text. Let's see, list. Nope, it's not a list. Can we create and configure? And this field represents the entry title. Yes. Validation, it's a required field. Doesn't have a default value. That's great. All right, the next part of it. So these posts want to be written in Markdown. So I was reading the other day. So what we need to do is rich text. Was it long text? No, long text. Unless it was rich text. I feel like it was long text. And then we're going to say content. Now, Markdown, that's what we want. Great. This field is required. Default none. Markdown. Excellent. Add that. Another field that we want is we actually want we're going to have a picture. So this will be just generally the same as the YouTube thing. So this will be the main image. One file. What do we need? Yeah, definitely want that required. Yep, that's fine. Cool. Let's save that. Do we need anything else? For now, that should be fine. Cool. That's setting up our content model. It's easy as that. No database, no nothing. So add an entry. So here we go, blog post. So this is going to be building this website with Next.js and Contentful. Let's go. Building a what do you call it? Portfolio and blog with Next.js and Contentful. Awesome. So now, do we have to do anything special? Okay, here we go. So we can do some Markdown. This is a heading, small a. Code block. Does that work? Interesting. I wonder if it does code formatting. So let's, for instance, what happens if that looks like in here? Little code block. Ooh. Am I doing the right thing? Markdown. It's extended syntax. Yeah, that's interesting. It's supposed to have the backticks. I don't know why it's doing that. Strange. It's missing all of our... So missing all our chakra code. I mean, let's get rid of that. There we go. Oh no. Still missing. Not sure what that's doing. Could just be a bug in their system here. Nope. All right. Now what I'll quickly do is I will go into Figma. Let's see, what's the size of a YouTube thumbnail size? 1280 by 720. Let's create a custom theme for myself. Don't need anyone. Starter. Cool. New design file. Alright, so it is 1280 by 720. So create a new frame. I wonder if they have that here. No. 1280. Oh, thank you, champ. All right, let's go. Just do this. I'm just gonna go. My all right, export that bad boy. Cool. Let's add this. There it is. Cool. There we go. So that looks like our little first blog post. Now what we need to do is we need to embed Contentful Next.js. Don't really want to do that. Cool, so we need to add our space. Where does next? Need a space ID. So I just need to set next env. Where do we set environment variables? env.local. Okay. Cool. So we need this guy. need this guy. So I need to go and get those pieces of information. So where do we find that? Settings in your space, under settings, API keys. I'm also going to just pull this guy. Add my first API key. Website. Okay. So my space ID. I'm just going to add these off screen here, so no one steals them. Space ID. Content delivery. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Excellent. Those are added. Now, create content. Don't need that. Start, run dev, install, deploy. How do we consume it, guys? Give us. So, let's see what they've done here. Get all posts. So they've put that into lib API. Lib API. Okay, so what I'm going to have a look at is, I've done this before. So I'm going to just jump into that. Code. Here's one I prepared earlier. Okay, so we're using Apollo client. Let's use Apollo client. Yep, got a new app. Setting up. Cool. We need these guys. Get that installed. Cool. So in utils. Cool. So we need to have the spaces ID here, and we need the bearer token in here. So let us see. Where is environment variables? How do we use this inside something? Process. Let's see. And this was called Contentful access token. No, was it API key? Management token, and then the space ID. Hopefully this works. Cool. Now where are we using the Apollo client? Cool. So inside of our default index page, we're going to pull in import client. And then we're going to set up our GraphQL. Get blog posts. Why aren't you getting this right, my friend? GQL. We need this guy as well.